A flustered and at times defiant Colin Gray defended himself inside of the courtroom this afternoon, really all day today, saying that he had no idea what his son was capable of. It's a stance that he and his lawyers have had this entire trial. In his testimony, he also talked about working as a single father, trying to raise 3 children and doing the best that he could given the turbulent family dynamic inside of the household, to which prosecutors allege that warning signs were there the entire time, dating back from when Colt Gray, who was 14 at the time of the shooting, was in 1st grade, listing a series of behavioral and mental episodes that they say should have caused Colin to step in and take some sort of control, either getting him to some sort of counseling, seeking mental help and therapy, or absolutely taking the firearms that were inside of the household away. Take a listen to this sound from Colin Gray.
To do something that heinous, like I don't know if anybody could ever see that kind of evil. And like the Colt I knew, the relationship I had, there's this whole other side of Colt I didn't know existed.
And so when you take into consideration that perspective, but what prosecutors have to say, it really will be up to the jury. We know that closing arguments are on Monday. Then we expect for the jury to deliberate. But this has been a compelling 10 days of witness testimony where we heard from not only those who were there at the time of the shooting, who were impacted and even injured, both physically and emotionally, but also first responders and even the family members of Colt and Colin Gray. Colin's estranged wife, Marcy, his mother-in-law, as well as others, even his daughter, Jenny, all of which pointing out what prosecutors say were the warning signs that Colin should have been aware of to prevent that tragedy that happened that day.
And Skylar, you just said where the trial is going to go from here, but do we know any idea on when the son, Colt Gray, will be in trial?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. There are still some motions ahead of time, including mental health assessments that need to happen before any sort of trial could potentially be set. But Sharon, it is important to point out that Colt Gray is facing north of 50 charges. He has pleaded not guilty in all of those as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens once jury deliberations begin in this separate case against his father, and if that has any sort of impact in terms of what we may see down the road once a trial date is set for Colt Gray.
Skylar Henry, live for us in Barrow County. Thank you so much.